Hi, guys. Here at a different time. It's kind of weird doing it during the day, but I hope you guys are all here. Got a few people coming on. Numbers might be a little low just because people aren't used to seeing me do it at this time. Move my camera a little bit. There we go. But I'm glad you guys are here that could make it. The reason I needed to change it was because well, I was getting my club video edited, and the site I was using kept crashing. I think I figured out what it was, or something I know I need to do differently. I don't know why all of a sudden I finally figured it out, but that messed me up royally. I thought I was actually ahead of schedule, and that made me have to work on my club even on Monday when it should have been done on when I thought it would be done on Saturday. So I wasn't able to make the cards till yesterday for today, so that's why I had to postpone the live. But glad I could get them made because I've really been wanting to have a card class at home with this Notes of Spring stamp set. It's one of the products of the month. I want to say that was March's last month. I'm pretty sure. So if you have not gotten that one yet, you can. I've actually got 3 thank you gifts going on right now. Just started today. I'll tell you more about those here in a minute. That's my thank you gifts. So whenever you order from me, you can earn prizes depending on what your order total comes to. So I'll explain more about that here later. Oh, hi, Anita. Glad you could make it this afternoon. Hi, Tina. Hey, Elaine. Elaine's in Greenville, South Carolina. And Marilyn got to make it good from Georgia. And Tina. Do I have 2 Tina? Nope, same Tina. Yes, I usually am at night. You are so correct. I just decided I had to reschedule. I thought, you know what? If I have to reschedule, I'm just going to do an afternoon one. And who knows if it ends up people like it better that way. Right now, the number's kind of low, so I'll probably go back to my Tuesday nights But sometimes every once in a while, it's good to change it up to see if a day might work out better. Let's see, I have to admit, it's kind of nice doing it during the day because then I can rest tonight, but we're good. And I'm also on a time that somebody else does live. I did forgot about that when I scheduled it. So that's another reason these are probably low because she's a little more well known than me. Let's see. Oh, hi, Kathy. And Tina's from Maryland. I don't know if I said that yet. Oh, Princess Grace's mom. I'm glad you could come back. All right. We are going to go ahead and get started. There aren't that many, like I said, but we're good. And I do believe everything's working. Let me know if it isn't. I don't see anybody commenting off of Facebook yet, but when I checked, it was going. So hopefully it's still working over there. If you're watching on Facebook, please just say hi at least. That way I know Facebook's working for sure. All righty. I think, what do I want to do right now? Oh, yes, I can. Let's go ahead and go to door prize because there's not a lot going on right this minute. I do believe, though, I forgot to check that today. I was going to. I think the new last chance list got updated. I probably better not check it now. I'm afraid that would mess up the video. But I do believe new last chance came out. If it didn't come out today, I think it comes out next week. But I think it came out today. And there's also a brand new product of the month. Didn't get a chance to print off that, but it's a really neat die. I haven't gotten it yet. I'll show you as soon as I do. Hopefully I'll have it by next live. We'll see. But I'm actually featuring, like I said, the product of the month from last month. And this one is such a cute stamp set. I'll show you here in a minute. And I thought, oh, this would be a good for a card class at home. So if you haven't gotten it yet, if you've got it, then you're set to make these cards. If you haven't gotten it yet, when you place a $75 order, and that is after you redeem rewards before shipping and tax, if you place a $75 order, you'll not only get the card kits from this class for free, you'll also get another little gift from me. I've added a second one. And you'll also be able to get a product of the month for only $5 from Stampin' Up. So normally it's $60 to get the card kits free. But if you bump it up another $15, you'll get another little set of cards from me. Plus, you can get a product of the month that you haven't bought yet for $5. Because the way product of the month works, you can only get one per person and one per order. So say you've already got the Notes of Spring, then you're not going to be able to get it again, but you can get the one that just came out today for April, that really neat die I told you about. But if you haven't gotten this one and you want to make these cards, then do your $75 order after rewards before shipping and tax. Add the Notes of Spring stamp set on for $5, and you'll get the card kits to make these cards. Plus, you'll get to get a couple more cards from me. So, as a bonus thank you. And then I've got another thank you gift too. And I'll tell you more about that here in a little bit. All right. Now, I see some of you have already done hashtag door prize. For those of you that are new, let me tell you about that. Let's go to this screen here. And if you live in the United States and want to be part of the door prize drawing, do hashtag door prize. And what it's going to be, I have 3 cards I'm making here today. The first 2 that I'll make will be for everybody that's watching the live that does hashtag door prize will get a chance to win one of those 2 cards. Then the last card, everybody that did not win here today, one of those cards that watched live will get in the drawing for the last card, plus everybody that watches the replay. I always want to make sure my replay people get a chance to win something, and they will also get a chance to win the last card that I'm making. But this was from last week, so this is everybody that did not win my other fractured card last week. So I think Karen Kozlowski was the one that won last week. And so everyone else that watched live got put in the drawing, plus that did the hashtag door prize, plus everybody watched the replay. So I'm going to go ahead and do the drawing here. See, I saw a couple more people come on. Myra's from cold, windy Iowa. It's a little cool here today, too. It's not real cold, but it's cooler than usual, and it's a little windy, too. Oh, and Alexina, you got to come back. Good. She's from Nova Scotia. I'm glad you got to come back. You're becoming a regular. Okay. Elaine, I can't remember if I told you hello, Elaine Holland. Okay. I think I've told everybody else hi. If I've missed you, I will read the comments after the live is over. If you have any questions, I try to answer them throughout the video. A lot of times I end up missing them because of comments scrolling. And then if I'm making something, I might miss it. So I will go back and look at all the comments. And if I have to answer your question, if you're watching on Facebook, I'll just reply back to your comment, the answer. And then if you're watching on YouTube, the live chat, I can't do directly there anymore. As soon as the live's over, the live chat doesn't work anymore, except you'll be able to see it sometime tomorrow if you watch the video again. But I will answer your question in the regular comment section of the video. All right, so I'm going to do the drawing for this one. Like I said, let me get this wheel up here. There we go. It's the name of everybody that watched live except for Karen and everybody that watched the replay that did hashtag door prize. And I always forget to grab I always have them with me. I just forget to get them out. There we go. Now I've got my Post-it notes ready. So let's see who's going to win. Oh, Kathy Newton. Kathy, I have your address, of course. I will get that mailed out to you. I do believe you're here in Indiana right now, so I'll get those sent out. I'll get this one sent out to you real soon. So let me go ahead and get back over here. So Kathy, this is the one that you won. So I've got your name on there. So you don't have to give me your address. I've got it. And now I'm going to do, oh, actually, that's all we're going to do right now. So we will do more thank you gifts for the first 2 cards I'm making here in just a minute. And I will reveal the winners to that at the end of this video. So the reason you're doing the hashtag door prize, I forgot to explain this. If you're watching live, make sure that you type it in just like you see there at the bottom of the screen. Do my hand this way. There we go. Bottom of the screen. It's got to be one word, all small letters, and get that hashtag. So no spaces whatsoever. Get everything together. That way the program that pulls all of the comments in with hashtag door prize will know that your name is supposed to get put in the drawing. And then I will announce the first 2 winners here at the end of the class. All righty. I'm going to go ahead and get this down. Oh, no, I want to have that one. There we go. Almost showed something else. All right, now we are ready. This is the product of the month that I said I'm featuring. This is the Notes of Spring, and I'm actually using every single stamp in this set. And I am very much in love with the stamps that color in the images. It's a watercolor look. It's got some texture to it, shading to it. So you can definitely use blends to color these in or watercolor them with blender pens or the water painters and ink, whatever you want to do with our watercolor pencils. But if you're want to make a real quick card, and that's what I'm doing with all of these cards because I want to make them quick and easy for you. Oops, my microphone just moved on me. Hold on here. I got to get a few things situated here. There we go. Too many wires around here. But I'm going to be showing you the easy way on all of them right now, just because I want to limit the number of products I use. That way you can make these cards yourself. Because I do not include in the kits the ink pads and things like that. It's just the cardstock, the embellishments and the embellishments that you need. So I'll tell you more about that later. So I'm going to put this to the side. Like I said, I'm going to use every single stamp. All right, so here is card number 1. Get some things going here. Hello, Marilyn Kane. I just saw your name. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Sarah Mitchell. And Julie Curtis, glad you're here. Some of these names I'm not recognizing. A lot of them I am. So for everybody that's new, welcome. My regulars, I'm so glad you guys are back. All right, so this is the first card. And I am featuring a DSP pack. DSP is Designer Series paper, in case you didn't know that. It's called Wood Grain Wonders. And it might be a little hard to see on this. Here, let me turn it over. There's some wood grain to that. And all the wood grain is the same, but in different colors. So this one's a real light one in basic beige. There's crumb cake. There's the early espresso. There's pecan pie and basic beige. I think that might be it. But it's got a lot of really neat colors. I mean, nice wood colors to it. So I'll be featuring a lot of the colors. And it's like four different double-sided designs, and you get 3 of each to get your 12. And it is a 12 by 12 pack. So this is a piece of basic beige. I love this color, 5.5 by 8.5. We've had this neutral for at least a couple years now, and I am so happy we've got it. And sometimes you get tired of using just white and just vanilla, so it's nice to have this beige color. All right. So the card, the fold needs to be here on the right, so I'm going to put that over to the side. Now, when you get my card kits, I do the embossing for you, and this one was done with the Stone and Vine. Grab that one. I always like to show you what it looks like. The Stone and Vine 3D embossing folder. This is available. I'm not sure if it's on the last chance list. This is a possibility of it being on there, but I don't know because, like I said, I haven't had a chance to check today. So there's the stone and vine. Hopefully you can see. Oh yeah, up there. I think you can see the design pretty good. That is, unless the live's pixelating, it likes to do that a lot. But this is a 4 by 5¼ inch piece of cloud cover. This is an in color that came out last year, so we've got at least one more year with this color. I am super excited about that. I love this. This and Secret Sea are probably my two favorite of the colors last year. But I like every single one of them, to be honest. All right, I am going to go ahead. I'm looking at I'm going to get some stamping done. I'm actually not going to do any die cutting because I did all the die cutting ahead of time because this is just a stamp set, so there are no dies in the bundle. So anything that was die cut, I will be doing for you if you get the card kits for free. This circle was taken out of a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch piece of basic white. And I used my trusty stylish shapes, use this all the time. And I used the second largest circle in this one. And then you might see this already. There's a banner piece. This is from Basic Beige. It was out of a 4 by 1½ inch piece. And I used the largest banner die out of that. And I can tell you this is going to be in the new catalog, so this is not on the last chance list for sure. And it's $30. I'm going to be so sad when these are gone. Hopefully they'll stick around forever because I use these a ton. You guys are probably getting tired of seeing me use them. So I'm going to get some stamping done. I need to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. And you know what? I think I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper here just because I am going to be stamping off of this paper just a little bit. And I'd rather not get ink on my Pierce mat. Alrighty, I'm going to start off with a cute little bunny. I love this bunny. I'm going to stamp it in early espresso. Oh, I'm going to have to get a drink. Hold on just a second. I can tell my throat all of a sudden started drying up. There we go. Usually I can get through a live without needing a drink, but I always have some just in case. I'm going to stamp this in early espresso near the bottom center. And I kind of, when I put it on, it's always angled for some reason. But I'm looking at the feet of my bunny and kind of trying to make them be a little straight. So I want it to look like he's sitting in the grass. There we go. And to color, oh, actually, while I'm keeping that out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment. This is a 2 1/4 by 1/2 inch piece. And I'm using the one that says especially for you. I'm going to ink it up with my early espresso. And I'm going to stamp it here on the left end. So I didn't want that plain old rectangle. So I'm going to grab my scissors. Those of you that watch me for a while see me do this more than making banners. I like to just clip it at an angle. And that kind of makes it look more like a banner. So put that to the side. And then, you know what? I might as well get the inside going here. This is the inside of the card. All my card kits come with the inside of the card too. 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm looking at I want to make sure I remembered how I did it. I'm going to do the little bunny right here in the corner. And then I want to color him in. So I'm going to use, where did it go? There we go. Crumb cake. And the stamp that colors the bunny in. And I've found out it doesn't fit perfectly because it has a little bit of like white space to make it look like it's got little highlights. I'm kind of looking at the ears first, getting those lined up, and then making sure the feet look pretty good. Come down very slow. Always hold it down for a few seconds. But look at the highlighting on that. Doesn't it look like it almost looks like I colored it in because it does have some texture. So it actually almost makes it look like it's watercolored on canvas, having that texture. So I'm going to ink this up. I knew I liked this set, but when I started making the cards, I liked it even more when I saw how these stamps color them in. So I'm once again looking at my ears and then looking at the feet. That looks pretty good. There we go. So I always like to be able to tell you some easier ways. Not 100% easy, but easier ways. Actually, this is easy to line up. I like to give you little tips that I figure out on when I start stamping. Alrighty, now I'm going to grab this there are two grassy type looking stamps. I'm using the smaller one. I'm going to use Mossy Meadow ink. I'm going to stamp one here for the inside. And on my circle, I'm going to put one on either side of my bunny. And now you can see why I'm doing had my scrap paper underneath, because I'm not getting the whole image on there. Wasn't quite enough room. And they're even little stamps to color this in. So I'm going to use the smaller one of this. I'm using Mossy Meadow, but I'm going to stamp off because I want a lighter version of it. So it just kind of gives it a little shadow. It doesn't color in those leaves completely. If you want to color them in, you can. I thought it looked just fine without doing that. And I'm stamping off every time. And I wanted to have a little bit of grass underneath my bunny. So I'm using it for that too. So there we go. And then do the same thing with this one. First off, stamp off. Put some here at the bottom. And then I'm going to put some around my bunny. There we go. So that's the inside of the card. All done stamping. Oh, no, I'm not done stamping. I've got one more thing. I wanted to dress up this banner a little bit. Oh, hi, Paula. Glad you could make it. It is a cute set, isn't it, Linda? I love it. And I don't know if I said hi to you. Oh, you're fine. You just got out of work. I knew that was going to happen for a lot of people for me to do this in the afternoon. I threw you guys a curveball this week. So I'm going to, this is one, it kind of looks like flowers. So I ended up not using it as flowers on any of these cards, but what I'm going to do, this is basic beige, and I'm using basic beige ink. And I just want to have a little bit of a design on this. Now all the stamping is done, so I can start putting this together. Get this out of the way till the next card. I'm going to bring in this piece and that Wood Grain Wonders DSP. This is a 1.5 by 5 1/4 inches. Put some adhesive on here. I didn't realize this one's almost gone, but thankfully I've got another one with me. And I'm going to put this one on the right side. A lot of times I'll put it on the left, but I'm changing it up a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty straight, so I'm going to push it down. And it looks like it might be, yep, it's a little bit longer. This one has so much detail in it. When you emboss it, it does sometimes shrink the cardstock just a teeny bit. So what I'm going to do, like I do all the time, I'm going to turn it over. And then I'm going to put my scissors right up against the cardstock. And that helps me guide my scissors to cut that little bit that's hanging over. Oh, hi, Linda. Is it Van Meter? Glad you're here. She's from Ohio. And now what do I want to do? I'm going to grab this. So we've got this one here. I'm going to put some adhesive on here. You guys are going to be amazed how quick and easy these cards were to make. Without doing any coloring and just stamping to color it in. I love it. So what I'm doing, so it's probably about an inch. Yeah, about an inch from the bottom. And it's kind of, I've got the same border. I'm kind of centering it between the right edge of the DSP and the edge of this piece. That's just how I did it. It doesn't really matter if it's over right in the center. That's okay too. And now I want to grab my circle and my sentiment. Oh, wait a minute. I do have some more stamping to do because I thought that was too much white at the top of this. So where did it go? Here we go. This great big one. This is the biggest splotch looking one. And I'm pretty sure it goes along. Yes, it does. So if you want to put some color to these flowers, you can. I was just using it as a little design on here, so I'm not doing that. But I'm going to use this like it's sky. Now, you know, those of you that have been around for a while, our ink pads that we have right now, the foam was not working with the cloud cover ink refill. We've had a couple colors happen in the past. That's one of the reasons they're changing the ink pads back to felt next year. But I made one. Well, actually, I didn't make this one. There is a set. We have 2 sets of Stampin' Spots that are available right now. I think this one's going to be retiring. I don't think it's in the catalog. But, well, it may not be retiring. I know it's not in the catalog. But this was in a set that was already made. But you can buy our uninked Stampin' Spots. I think it comes in a pack of 5 or 6, something like that. And then you just ink them up with a refill, make them whatever color you want. So that's what you could do with yours. Get a plain ink spot, ink it up with cloud cover ink refill. And make your ink, make a little one for you. So I'm inking this up. I want it to be a really light version of it though. So once again, I'm going to stamp off. And I'm going to come over here. There we go. So it's making like almost a faint cloud going across. Stamp. Maybe I'll do another one up a little higher. There we go. I never did cut this label off and it ends up working out pretty good. I'm using it like a hinge so I don't have to lose the lid. Put another one there. I think I might put a little one right there. It needs a little bit. Oops, wrong side, Christy. There we go. Stamp off. And I'll do one right there. That looks pretty good. So that kind of gave me a little sky. It looks even better in person. Oh, Celia, you're fine. You're not that late. This is the first card, so you haven't missed much. Oh, and you too, Debbie Franklin. Just saw your name pop up. Oh, thanks. I'm glad it's looking cute to you, Debbie. I'm glad. All right, so I'm going to now that I remember to put the sky on there, and you'll get the gist on how to stamp with these because the next one, I'm using every single stamp in the stamp set. This is from that Notes of Spring Product of the Month stamp set that came out last month. But if you haven't gotten it yet, you can get it free with a $75 order before shipping and tax. Well, after you redeem rewards and before shipping and tax, and get it for $5. So if you haven't gotten it yet, you'll want to get it. And if you get it through me, you can get the card kits for this card class, plus some other cards. I'll tell you more about that here in a minute. I want to tell you for those of you who just came on. Okay, where did I put my dimensionals? There we go. So I'm going to turn this over. I already have. And I'm going to put my, I think 4 dimensionals is probably enough. If you want to put one right in the middle, you can, but I think those are close enough. They're going to be good. So I always take it off with my paper piercer. I just scoop them up with the paper piercer and the take your pick tool. There. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to put this on the card base first. So I'm going to use my seal. It's so much easier to put something that's popped up with dimensionals on after you have all the other layers added on. Put this right in the middle. Oh, thanks, Celia. I'm glad you're liking this so far. Yeah, the clouds, it was just too plain for me when I first started making it. And I thought, oh, it needs clouds. And then I saw that stamp. I thought, ooh, maybe that'd work. So I'm just going to put this, I'm going to lay it down. I'm not going to go real hard yet because I might need to move it. But I'm kind of centering it between that banner, but it's still showing some of that banner. And where did I put my, oh, there it is. And then with this one, I'm going to turn it over. The straight end, I just need a strip of Stampin' Seal. And I need a dimensional over here. And you're going to want to put it all the way as far to the end as you can. Because this is the part that's going to be hanging off the edge of our little bunny circle. And I didn't want this end popped up. That's why it's just got seal since it's already going to be on here popped up. I'm going to put it here along the top. A little bit like that. That looks pretty good. Put that down. And then in the kit, if you get the kits, this is a 12-inch piece of very vanilla baker's twine. It's in the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. And I just need a 6-inch piece. So I'm going to fold this in half. Grab my scissors that I use for my ribbon. So this one will be for the second card. And I only need one for this card. Now, if you're nervous about this, you can just tie it in a single knot. The 6 inches for me was plenty, and I even cut some more off. So I just want a little bitty bow. And I am right-handed. So I always start on the left end. Hopefully you notice that I kind of talk through making. I usually explain it a little better, but I start on the left end and then start making my bow because I wrap more from the right end, so that's why it needs to be a little bit longer. Now this bow right here, this loop is twisting a little bit, so I'm going to try to untwist it. And then I'm going to pull the tails, and sometimes that straightens it up. It's still curved, but I think I can fix it with a glue dot. Still a little bit too big. Like I said, I want it to be a small one. There we go. That looks pretty good. The left loop is a little bit, this is how you guys sometimes think, oh, you're so good at bows. This one didn't work out as good. And I just keep playing with it until it looks good to me. I'm trying to pull these tails down here. So they're down here at the bottom. I'm going to grab my glue dots. Oh, thanks, Julie Curtis. I'm glad you're liking it. I'm saying your last name just in case there's another Julie. I think you might be the only one, though. I get a lot of people with the same name, so just to be on the safe side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the knot of the glue dot right there. Actually, I can kind of push this down into it a little bit too, and untwisted it and pushed it into the glue dot, and that's going to hold it in place too. But that glue dot is bigger than my knot, so I'm going to cinch or pinch that glue dot to make it super skinny because I just want to stay behind my bow. And it's okay if a little bit of it is showing, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it down here and tuck it under the knot, at least under just a little bit. Oops, I think I pushed it down. There we go. Just a little bit under that circle. If it's too much and you're not seeing the bow, then you might want to move. I think I do need to move it out a bit. Actually, it looks better if you put it just right up against the circle. There we go. And I'm happy with the way that turned out. You can trim those if you want to. I kind of like having those longer tails right there. So I'm going to now do the inside of the card. So I've already stamped that. Oh, hi, Janice. Glad you could make it. Just finishing up the first card, but you can watch the replay to see how to make that. You'll be here for the two cards. Oh, I keep putting my seal down and can't find it. There we go. And I'll just put this on the inside. So this is another color combo I'm going to remember. I don't know if I've done basic beige and cloud cover before, but I think that looks really good together. And now I had to make some changes this morning. I couldn't believe it. I was going to use the natural, I can't remember the whole name, natural matte dots, I think is what they were called. They were not on low inventory. I put it in my cart just yesterday. Come in this morning, they're totally sold out. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I just needed 2 packs. But I thought, oh, there's no way I'm going to have enough for all the card kits. So you guys, this actually might have worked out, because those are things that you can buy now, and those will be back available, I think, the week of April 27th. I decided, because I could get enough of these, they limit to how many embellishments we can get during pre-order, but I was able to get a couple packs, which will be plenty for my kits. It's called Dewdrops Embellishments. So this is something you cannot get right now, but if you get the card kits, you will get 2 rows of these embellishments. Now, I've got a limited supply, so make sure you place your order as soon as you can. If I run out, I probably won't, but if I run out, then I will substitute with embellishments that will also work with the cards, the same price amount. But more than likely, I'll have plenty of these. So you guys are going to get if you get the card kits free, you will get a nice little sneak peek of these great embellishments. I really like them. So end up working out just fine. Oh, thanks, Linda. I'm glad you're liking it. Thanks, Myra. Thank Grace. I'll just say Grace's mom. It definitely would be perfect for a child's birthday card. It definitely would. I totally agree. Okay. Now these are Secret Sea, Old Olive, and Clear. So I know I'm going to use, I went back and forth, so I think either one of these would work with this card, the Secret Sea or the Clear. But I went ahead and used the Clear, and I'm going to use 2 large and 1 small. So I'm going to grab a large one, and I'm going to put it right here, and a little one, put it right next to it. I'm going to grab another large one, and I'm going to put it right here. And that's all. Those are all the embellishments. You can definitely put on more. You just want to make sure you don't use up too many in your kit. You'll have a few left over if you get the card kits. But there you go. So that is the first card. And these clear ones too, if you ever wanted to change the color up, you can use our Stampin' Blends and change the colors of those clear ones. Really easy. That's what I did in my last class. Okay, I'm going to put these to the side. Start getting ready for card number 2 and see some of your comments. Thanks, Anita. I'm glad you liked it. All right, now this one is more of a masculine one, but it can be for anybody, of course. Anybody that loves deer. I'm going to be putting the deer on this one. And this is Early Espresso, 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to get those corners lined up like so. There we go. Grab my bone folder. And this time I want the fold to be on top. So I'm going to put this over here. And this is a piece of that Wood Grain Wonders DSP, 5 1/4 by 2. This is what the other side looks like. So they're actually a bunch of sheets with this color on it, this wood grain on it, but the other side's different. So like I think my other card had the dark one on one side and had the basic beige on the other. This one's the early espresso with the pecan pie version. But I'm going to be using the early espresso. Go ahead and put some adhesive on here. This time I'm going to start putting the card together a little bit, and then I'll do the stamping. Sometimes I mix it up. And I'm going to take this piece of crumb cake. This is a 5 1/4 by 4-inch piece of crumb cake, and I'm going to put this right along the bottom. So I'm lining up the side edges and the bottom edge of the DSP with the crumb cake. I think I got a little bit off, just a little bit. That's the nice thing with our seal. You can usually move it a little bit after 10 minutes. I also don't put it down all the way until I know it's where I want it to be and then push it down. Once again, I cut it just a little bit too long. I'd rather it was longer than too short. It's easy to fix if it's a little long. And then I'm going to have, there's a piece of ribbon. This is white with gold ribbon. This is a 14-inch piece. And once again, for the card kit. So you're going to, if you get the kit, you're going to fold it in half. Cut it, and then that's enough for both of your cards. I just need this 7-inch piece. Now I'm going to grab my tearing tape. Celia, I really like this new wood grain too. And I like the colors with it. I still really love our country woods. I'm hoping that didn't make it on the last chance. Well, I'll find out soon. But I'm glad we've got this one. It's in the online exclusives, by the way, if you guys are interested in getting it. It is available now. All right, so I'm going to put this right across the top. I'm overlapping the DSP just a little bit because I want to show as much of that wood grain as I can. I'm going to bring this around. And I always put my tear and tape right along the edge of the cardstock. Always seem to angle it a little bit, but that's no big deal. As you can see, I made it extra long. I always want to make it longer than what the width of the ribbon is. That way it stays on really good. And then I put this around tight, but not too tight. You don't want to make it so tight that it curls. There we go. So it's taut. I want it snug because if it's too loose, then it's going to wobble around on the card. Okay, so I've got that done. And now that the ribbon's on there, I can go ahead and put this on the card base. So wherever I don't have tearing tape, I'm going to add some seal. And now I'm going to make sure this is pushed down really good. I always go in between the end of the tearing tape and near the ribbon and just jiggle the paper piercer on here nice and light. That way you only get the paper backing and that comes right off. Now, if you ever start picking up the adhesive and the paper backing, I just push it back down again and then I try it from the other side and it usually comes out just fine. Normally, I don't have to do that. Okay, I want the DSP on the bottom. So make sure that fold is on the top. Put this right here. Okay. Now I'm going to get some stamping done. I'm grabbing this. This was die cut out of a 5 by 3-inch piece of basic white, and I used the Nested Essentials dies. And grab those, so I'm showing to you. Another one that I like to use a lot, and I used the largest one of this shape to make this one. And this has made it into the catalog, so it's not retiring, and it was $34, or is $34. I can't remember. There are a few things that are going up just a little bit. I can't remember if dice go up or not. I'll have to check that out for you. But if you like these, you might want to get them soon, just in case. Now, I'm going to grab my little deer. He's not as little as the bunny, though. Once again, I'm going to ink the outline with early espresso. And I'm going to stamp this near the center, where this point is at. Okay. There he is. And I'm going to stamp him in the middle of this piece. This is the inside of the card, 5 1/4 by 4. You want to make sure you lay it down like this. I've inked it up again with the early espresso. I'm just putting it close to the middle. If it's not exact, it's not a big deal. There we go. Let's go ahead and do, you know what? I've got a little bit more. There's only one more thing I need to do with the early espresso, so I'll go ahead and do that. Bring this back in. I'm going to bring in the happiest birthday wishes. So Grace's mom, you could use this stamp instead of that, especially for you on that first bunny card for a kid's birthday card. There we go. So that's just going to go right there. So that's all we need on the early espresso for this card. And I want to color my deer in. I'm going to use pecan pie ink this time. I'm using a different color on each animal. So I use crumb cake on the bunny, and this one is pecan pie. And once again, I think it's better to line up those ears and then his feet, and maybe look at the tail a little bit. But there's even a highlight on it. So mainly look here at the bottom and at the ears, and then you've got the natural highlights they put on there. So that's with pecan pie, and it will lighten up here in a minute too. So there's that, and then I'm going to grab the large grass. There were two of them. This is the bigger one. I'm going to use Mossy Meadow again. And I'm going to put one large one right here next to my deer. And then I'm going to use the small one for the rest of it. One here. Maybe make this one a little shorter. And make that one a little taller. And then I can put one right here. I didn't want to do a long one over here because of the greeting. Oh, wait a minute. Keep the Mossy Meadow out. And I need, this is the medium-sized one. They're 3-blotch type looking ones. This one has some little jagged things on the top. I make that the top. And once again, I want it lighter. So I'm stamping off and doing at the bottom of that. And then I'm going to use the littler one and do at the bottom of each of these little ones, making sure I remember to stamp off. If you forget, it's not that big a deal because I think it does still stamp a little lighter. And then I want a little grass again underneath my deer, like I did with the bunny. And I could also use the bigger one also. Might make it go a little faster. There we go. So there's that. Now this time I didn't put any clouds just because there wasn't a lot of space here, but you definitely could still do that technique like I did on the first one. So there is that one. I just thought I'd show you another way without doing the clouds. Now the inside needs to be done. Should have left this out. I forgot. Get my pecan pie back out. Ink this up. Once again, line up those ears and look at the bottom. There we go. Now this time, now I'm done with pecan pie. I'm going to be doing 2 of the large one. Okay, Mossy Meadow, where did I put you? Oh, there it is. Oh, thanks, Ruth. I'm glad you're liking it. So I kind of went all out on the inside of this card. It's kind of fun. There we go. And then I'm going to take the little one. And you need to do 2 or 3. Actually, it's probably better to start near the deer. I kind of did opposite. There, I think I might even put another one right there. There we go. This one looks pretty good with just 2. Oh, I keep wanting to close that. I'm not done yet. So here's the medium-sized blotch. I can't think of another good. It could be ink spot too. This one's getting kind of ink. The block's getting inky, but it's working so far, so I'm not going to worry about it. So I always stamp it at the bottom of each of these first, and then I fill in anywhere I want it. And you really don't have to stamp off if you don't want to when you're just putting like grass underneath your deer. There we go. But I thought I wanted to keep it all about the same. All right. So I stamped a nice little border, but there's still plenty of room to write a sentiment inside. Now I can start putting this together. Put this on the inside. Some seal on here. Open this up. There we go. So there's the inside. This actually looks good for the front of a card too. Oh, thanks, Julie. She says, I amaze her how fast I can make cards. Thank you so much. You wouldn't believe the next card. It took me forever to figure out how I wanted to do that, Peppy. By the time you guys see me making it, I know what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. But believe me, it takes me a lot longer when I'm coming up with these. I'm going to put a dimensional on the top and bottom centers. And then I'm going to go ahead and do one in each corner over here. I'm not going to worry about putting one here in the middle because it's going to be going across this ribbon. And I don't want it to be popped up at all, more so than this already will be. Find my take your pick tool. There we go. Scoop these up. I just always put this in at an angle, and then I can scoop. Not always, but get them all scooped up, and then they're all on one little thing, and I can just take them off. I don't have them flying everywhere, as badly anyway. How many of you have found Stampin' Dimensional paper backings all over your house? Me. All right, I'm going to put this right in the center, right over the ribbon. Make sure that looks straight. I'm kind of looking at these ends over here to see if they look straight. Not too bad. So go ahead and push that down. The inside is done, so I just need to put the bling on. And you could definitely emboss this if you wanted to. I thought it looked fine without embossing this time. And I'm going to use the old olive ones, and I'm going to use 2 of each size. So I'm going to use a large one, put it up here, and a small one right there. And then I'm going to group a large one and a small one over here. But you can always put those wherever you want. I struggle with the embellishments sometimes. But there we go. I think you saw how quick and easy this one came together. I didn't do a lot, but this shape just really makes it look extra special, I think. I love that die. So that is card number 2. This would definitely be a good masculine card for those of you that are struggling with masculine cards. So this set's just great for, like one of you said, that bunny was a good one for a child's card. They're just anybody that loves little bunnies, the deer and a duck. This is, or it could be a goose. I kept going back and forth on this one. I guess because I'm going to stamp him yellow, it's a duck. We'll see. I went back and forth. So I'm going to grab this. This is going to be pecan pie. So this is card number 3. Oh, thanks, Anita. I'm glad you like that last card. Thanks, Celia. Thanks, Myra. Thanks, Sarah. I'm really glad you guys are like that one too. And the dog. There's no dog in this set, but I love dogs. Yes, that would be in that the cutest crew that I used a couple weeks ago in my last card class at home. That has some cute dogs. I do wish there was a dog in this one, but they're keeping them as wild animals in the woods this time. Okay, so this one is regular 5.5, 8.5 pecan pie. Oh, thanks, Linda. I'm glad you liked the card. All right. So this one, now this is the one that took me forever to make last night. I don't know if it was just because I was getting tired, but the first 2 cards came together so fast. And then the third one, I guess my mojo left me. I'm sure some of you guys can relate. I know it happens to me a lot. So I have my fold on the left. Now this is an embossing folder that's not in stock right now. It will be soon. I forgot to look up the date. But it's Lazy Daisy 3D embossing folders. It's a nice big 6x6 one. Hopefully you can see it, but this is one of my new favorites now. I love this. It's just really cute. It's got little daisies and bigger daisies. I like it a lot. But this is a 4x5.25 inch piece of Mossy Meadow. And this is actually in that wood grain. I don't know if you can see the wood grain, but this is the pecan pie version. This was done out of I was looking at the wrong sheet. 2.5 by 3.75 inch piece of the paper. And I used this die set. Oops, better show you the dies. It looks better. Lovely Arrangements dies. This is part of a bundle, but I really like this die a lot, so I grabbed it to use for this card. And this is the die set is just $34. I cannot remember the bundle price for the Neat Flower set. I would highly recommend getting the stamp set too. I did a class with this bundle Oh, a couple months ago, something like that. If you're watching on, well, if you go to YouTube, you're not going to be able to see it on Facebook because it's gone by now. So they only let it live stay up for 30 days on Facebook. If on my YouTube channel, go to my free card class at home videos playlist, and you'll find all of my card class at homes there. And I know I did one with that bundle, so you can see what that bundle looks like, what the stamp set looks like. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my silicone craft sheet just because I don't want to get a lot of glue on my glass mat. This will wash off, but I don't feel like having layers of this card stick to my, oh, there we go, stick to my other pieces. Because I've had that happen many times. So I'm just going to put, you could use multi-purpose glue, but what I'm doing, I'm limiting to circles. I don't want to go across these openings just because we get those little spider webs, which I just kind of made one right there. Get that off of there. And then I'll kind of get a couple here. So I'm not going to do every single one. Oop, I got to get that wheeled up again. There we go. I'm getting a few on the ends. I think that's probably enough. But I definitely want to make sure I had one in each corner. Now I'm going to grab this piece, and it's going to go up here in the top left corner. I'm kind of looking at my border of the mossy meadow on the left and the top. That looks pretty good. And you know what? We can go ahead and put this on the card base. I don't want to cover this up and lose it. I have a little more room on my table today since I did all the die cutting ahead of time. Oh, Debbie says she's got the daisy embossing folder and it's beautiful. Yeah, it's currently her favorite too. I really like it. I knew it looked really neat and when they put it in the online exclusives, but boy, when I got it, I was like, I loved it even more after I used it. Oh, hi, Paula Newman. Glad you could make it from Wyoming. Glad you could come. The replay you're watching on YouTube, so the replay will be available as soon as this is over if you want to see the first two cards I made. Here we go. So now I've got that on the card base. Let's get some stamping done, and then we can put the rest of it together. Oh, there it is. Get this back out. I don't think I need that scrap paper. It's kind of distracting, so I don't want to have it out all the time. You just remember what I did on the inside. Oh, yes. Okay. This is a piece of basic white that is 4.5 by 1 3/4. I'm using the duck this time. So once again, I'm using Early Espresso. And here is the duck stamp. And this is enough for both cards. I'm actually going to fussy cut this out. So there's my duck. Put him to the side. And then I'm going to need a duck for the inside of my card. So this is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece. And you know what? I'm going to wait on that. I forgot I'm going to put something here on the right before I put the duck on. So I'll wait a second for that. I might as well finish this little duck up. So I'm going to use, guess what color I'm using for the yellow? Darling Duckling. I thought, oh, we got to use Darling Duckling since it's got the word duck in it. Oh, Marva, you need to get that daisy folder out. You're going to love it when you use it. It is so pretty. All right, now with this one, this end here does not, let me get that a little closer to you. This end right here does not quite do the beak. So we're going to color that in here in a second. But I am mainly looking here on the right end and the bottom, trying to get that lined up. Hold it down a few seconds. There we go. Now you could just leave it like that because it does put almost colors in the whole beak. But I wanted it to be orange. So I'm going to grab my light pumpkin pie blend. Being a blend, it will color right over that. There we go. So now his beak looks right. So there we go. So he's all done. And now I need this piece. This is I can't see my sheet very well for this last card. This one is a 2.5 by 3 1/4 inch piece of basic white. And I'm just going to make a background on here. First, I want to stamp the greeting, though, so I'm going to leave my Early Espresso out. And the last sentiment in the set says, a little note of thanks. Oh, no, that's a happy birthday. Where did I put? There it is. No, that's the happiest birthday. I keep picking up the same one. Oh, there we go. I was looking for a long block, and I forgot I didn't put it on a long block. And I'm going to stamp this near the bottom left corner. There we go. That kind of helps me with the placement of everything. bring in my Mossy Meadow. I am done with early espresso for the whole class. Hi, Jeanne. I'm glad you could make it. All right, so now I'm going to, where did it go? Okay, I'm going to be using the large grass piece. I'm going to put one towards the right end of my sentiment, right above it. And then I'm going to stamp another one to the left of it, but bring it up a little bit higher. Okay. And then with this one, I'm not going to go quite all the way over to the right end. This one I'm going to make even taller than the other dark green one. And then I'll make this one come down here in the middle. Okay. Now I'm going to grab the medium-sized blotch. I guess I need to come up with a better name because blotch doesn't sound real fancy. I'm going to clean it off because I decided not to do the Mossy Meadow on the bottom. Because a lot of times ducks are near lakes and stuff, and there's usually a little bit of dirt around ponds and things like that. So I'm going to use crumb cake. I'm done. Well, no, I'm not done with that yet. I'll keep that out. Where did my crumb cake go? I always have trouble finding my crumb cake because my label has done something very weird. It's a little hard to tell in the video, but it's like a ugly greenish beige color. I can't explain it. It's really ugly. But it is crumb cake. Oh, I do need my scrap. That's right, so I'm going to be doing some stamping off. So I'll bring this back in. On the dark one, actually I'm not. I forgot. I'm going to do the dark one underneath this one. And then I will do a lighter version right here. Actually, that is too, I forgot. That is too dark. So I'm just going to ink them all up. I forgot. If you want to stamp off some, you can. Kind of putting them up in different sides. There we go. And then might as well do the inside of the card quick. So I'm going to grab this again. I want to stamp the big grass. And I decided I wanted the longer part of the grass to be near the edge. So I'm stamping off just a little bit. I'll go ahead and do that crumb cake. Well, actually, let's wait a minute. I want to stamp the duck. I forgot I did need the early espresso one more time. Splotch works for Celia. I'll keep it splotch. Okay. Where did my splotch go? Oh, there it is. So here's crumb cake. I'll put one there. Oh, Christy, you were thinking wrong. Turn it over. I got sidetracked. Let's do this again. Redo. There we go. Now I want to do the duck. That's what I was going to do, the early espresso. And I'm going to put it right here. I'm doing it a little closer to the grass. I'm okay if a little bit of the grass goes on the dark because you can't even see it on the early espresso. I'm going to stamp it just like I did the other ones to get my darling duckling back over here. Oop, I am bound and determined to keep putting that in the wrong color. Get that lined up. There we go. It always goes in a different spot for me, but it always looks fine. It's showing a little more white here, and it just makes it look like the sun's coming down on him. Grab my light pumpkin pie. And if you want it to be darker, I just wanted the lighter version of the pumpkin pie. If you want the darker, you can definitely do the dark, whichever one looks best to you. Now let's get this blotch out. And I'm going to have to clean it since I put it in the early espresso. Because I don't want to get brown in my crumb cake. There's my crumb cake ink pad. And I'll put some here. And then I'm going to put a little bit underneath my duck. He's got to be on some land. All righty. So the inside is done. Might as well put that in the card. So get all these ink pads closed up because I'm not done. I decided I wanted some sky on this one. So I did it on the first and the last card, just didn't do it on the second one. So I'm going to get this big splotch again with the cloud cover ink pad, my Stampin' Spot. Since we don't have a big ink pad, since the ink refills would not work together. Once again, I'm going to stamp it off because I just want a light version. And after it dries, it almost looks a little like a grayish color. It is a grayish color. Oops, I forgot to stamp off. Now it'll just look like a storm is coming. It'll look fine. I do like it better, the lighter version. But it starts to look a little more blue as it dries. Boy, I wish I had not stamped that so hard. That's okay. It will be fine, and it'll lighten up. I want to put one more right here. So I do like stamping off better. All right, now I'm done stamping. I guess I'm going to fussy cut this. So I'm going to grab my scissors, if I can remember where I put. There they are. Oh, hi, Karen. Glad you can make it. I know the different time is messing some people up, but I'll be back on the regular. Well, I think I will be back on the regular time Tuesday. We'll see. I've a dear friend of ours, his mom passed away, and her memorial service is Tuesday. It's in the morning, so I think I'll be back in plenty of time. So the plan is to still be live at my regular 6:30 p.m. Eastern time next Tuesday. But if it looks like things are going to go late, then if he's wanting to spend the day with him, then I'll have to postpone it, maybe do it on Wednesday again like I did this week. But I don't foresee that happening because the memorial service is at 10 in the morning, so we should be good. Okay. And what I didn't tell you, since I was talking about that, when you fussy cut, the trick is not to move your scissors, at least not much. I'm making all the curves by moving the paper, and the scissors are staying in place. The only time I move my scissors, I stop to open them up again. Because as you're closing the blade, of course, you're going to have to open it up every once in a while. But you get nicer curves when you have the paper do all the moving for you. And I could have done this ahead of time, but the rest of the cards were going so quick. And sometimes it's nice for you guys to see it's not that hard to fussy cut. I have to admit, I don't do it very often. And this one, to be honest, with the little feet down here, it's probably the harder one to fussy cut, and it's still not that bad. The others are even easier to fussy cut. This takes a little bit of time, but not too long. There we go. That didn't hurt too bad. So there we go. Get that out of here. Now we can start putting all this together. Inside is done, so I'll turn that over, get some adhesive on there. And that little orange blotch was a Stampin' Blend soaking through. Whenever you color with Stampin' Blends, it does soak through the other side. Hey, Carmen. Oh, good. I'm glad you're loving all the cards. Okay, put this on. Put this on the inside. And then this one, I want to put on this piece of pecan pie. This one is 2 3/4 by 3.5. Turn this over here. And this will just go right here in the center. And it's going to go in the bottom right corner of my card base. It's going to go down here. And that looks pretty good. And now my duck I'm going to put on with dimensionals. I'm going to put a full-sized one here. Actually, I could probably just do 2 full-sized ones. Yep. And then I'm going to take one of these half ones here on the border. These are all connected, so it's better to cut it while it's still on the paper backing on the big piece. Then you can peel this off. And I'm going to put this, I put the pointed section up here where the top of the head where it curves. Now, take your pick tool. Where did you go? Oh, well, if I can't find it, so I can still do it with my fingers. I just like it better with my take your pick tool. I usually can get them off a little faster. Okay. Hopefully I'll find it here in a minute because I need to get my embellishments out. And then this is just going to go right here. I want to make sure I don't cover up my greeting. There we go. And that kind of covers up the uneven part of the land that I was making. So now it looks like he's on a riverbank, doesn't it? Okay. Well, I've just remembered I've got my other take your pick tool. Get these back out. So I use the clear on the first card, the old olive on the second, and I'm using the Secret C on this one because I thought, well, I've got some blue on here, so I'll use the Secret C on here. But like I said, that second card, you could do the Secret C on the second card, and then the old olive looks good on here too. So it's whatever you decide you want to do. Oh, thanks, Ruth. I'm glad you're liking these. So I'm going to grab a large one and put it here. And then I'm going to use 2 small ones. So I thought I'd put one here and put another small one down here. And that is the last card. I'm get all these stamps out of the way. So I want to get all the cards back out. There you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Oh, I'm going to sit back down. I'm always standing up when I'm stamping. When I'm over at my desk, I sit down as I'm stamping. But over here, because the camera's in the way, I usually stand up while I'm stamping. So there they are. So I hope you enjoyed this class. Now, like I've been saying off and on throughout the video, you can get these card kits free. It's one of my thank you gifts right now. I'll explain that here in just a minute. First off, for those of you that came on late, I want to make sure you know about my door prize. I'm going to pop this up. If you live in the United States and want to be part of the door prize drawing, then do hashtag door prize. Type it in just like you're seeing right there at the bottom of the screen. No spaces, all small letters. The reason it has to be typed in just right while you're watching the live is that a program is the one that pulls all of your names with that hashtag door prize in your comments to put you in the drawing. It's only going to recognize it if you've got it typed in right. Now, if you've already done this in the video, you're good. You're in the drawing. You don't need to do it again. But if you haven't done it yet, live in the United States and want to, I'm going to be drawing for the winner of these 2 cards here in a few minutes. So everybody's watching live. When you watch live, you get more chances to get my door prizes. So there are 3 cards this week. Only live people will be able to win one of these. This one will be for everybody that does not win this one, that's watching live here tonight, or this afternoon, tonight, and everybody that watches the replay. And those of you that are watching the replay, you've got until noon Eastern time. Actually, we can make it 2 p.m. Eastern time because I know I won't be here putting your names in at that point. Around 2 p.m. Eastern time next Tuesday, which is April 7th. So April 7th, around 2 p.m. Eastern time around there, get your hashtag door prize in if you live in the United States, and I'll put you in that wheel that you saw at the beginning of the video. I'll put everybody's names that does the hashtag door prize on the replays and put that in the wheel. And those of you watching the live that did not win one of these will get put on that wheel also. So live people get 3 chances to win, but I always want to make sure the replay people get a chance too. Because sometimes it's hard to watch live, especially when it's in the middle of the day because you're probably at work. All right, so there's a major delay. So while people are getting their hashtag door prize in, I'm going to tell you about my thank you gifts. All the prices I'm quoting are after you redeem Stampin' Rewards and before shipping and tax gets added on. So a $60 minimum order you have until April 13th, the end of the day, your time zone. So 11:59 p.m., whatever your time zone is. Monday, April 13th, that's the deadline to get your order in. So place that $60 order to get the card kits to make 2 each of these cards. Oops, I forgot to put the embellishments in. I knew I was going to do that. Pretend like there are 2 rows of the embellishments that I used. Here, wait, let me show you. So in your kit, you would get, actually, I could cut that right now. And I'll put it in there now because I will keep forgetting. I've got some more coming. So just cut 2 rows off. And your embellishments will go in the first kit. So that is enough for all your cards, and you will still have some left over. So this is what the card kits look like, enough to make 2 of each. All the embossing is done for you. And since there was no die set with the stamp set, all the die cutting that I had that I used is die cut for you also. So all you have to do is stamp and put everything together. Now, I cannot stamp any of the images for you for copyright reasons. It's a Stampin' Up! Copyright rule / copyright rule. I can't do the stamping for you. So if you don't have this and you don't plan on getting it, you can just substitute with another stamp set, ink pads you've got at home, whatever you need to do. But so you don't have to have this stamp set. But if you want to get the stamp set, so that's a $60 order to get these free, card kits free. If you bump it up to that $75 order after rewards before shipping and tax, then you will be you can get this Notes of Spring stamp set. Oops, I just lost my mouse. Hold on a minute. I dropped the mouse and I thought, oh, it'll be okay. But now it's trying to make me leave the live and I don't want to do that. There we go. Want to get that turned off before it's too late. So $60 order gets you this. If you do a $75 order, you'll get the kits. You can get this for $5 from Stampin' Up! If you haven't gotten it already. It's like I said, product of the month, you're limited to one per person. And then if you get that, do that $75 order. I thought I'm going to give a little gift for that. Normally I don't do it at the $75 level, but so $60, $15 more, you'll get this for $5 and, or the other product of the month that just came out. And I will put in 3 of my cards and you can use these any way you want. There's no writing in them. My name's not on them. So you can use them, give them to people, or you can use them as, keep them for ideas, whatever you want to do with them. But that's just like a little bonus thank you gift that I normally don't do. So that's the $75 level. Now, if you bump it up to $120 level, I have something that you cannot order right now because they're out of stock. They've been super popular. I'm not going to open this one up just because it's one of the new ones I'll be giving away. I've got a limited supply of these and I can't order anymore, like I said, because it's not available, but I should have enough for the thank you gifts. If you place a $120 order, then I got some stuff sticking on me. You'll get this pack for free added on. So you get everything that you see here if you do a $120 order. And that's after rewards, before shipping and tax. And the way this works, my thank you gifts always last for 2 weeks. So if you place more than one order in those 2 weeks, I will add up your orders at the end of the 2 weeks to determine what you get. So say you place a $60 order one week and you place a $60 order the next week before the 13th, then you'll get all 3 of these. You'll get the cards, my little cards I've thrown in, the card kits to make these, and you'll also get this embellishment pack. Now, if I do run out of these, so like I said, I probably won't, but if I do, then I will substitute with another embellishment pack that's of equal value. So if you want to get this, you'll want to get that order in as soon as you can in case I run out. So that is how my thank you cards work. If you, or gifts, if you missed some of that, which you might have, because I kept getting sidetracked. If you're watching on YouTube, look down in the video description and you're going to find all my links there. My online store link is there. There's also a link to my thank you gifts page, and you can get all the information there on my thank you gifts page. I updated that today. If you're watching on Facebook, you'll have to look at the top of my Facebook page and you'll see a learn more button. Click on that and you'll find my online store link there. My blog, you'll also find the thank you gifts page link there also. A bunch of other links are on there too. So there we go. So that should be enough time for everybody to have their hashtag door prize in. So I'm going to do the drawing for this one. Get my Post-it notes back out. Here's my pencil. And we're going to see who's going to win this one. So let me get that pulled up. There it is. So I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I clicked on crowd cheer, but it didn't work. Hi. Congratulations, Marlene. Let me write your name down here. I have your address, so you are good. I will get that mailed out to you sometime this week, probably near the end of the week. All righty. So congratulations, Marlene. Let me get that down quick. There we go. So that's the one Marlene won. So congratulations, Marlene. Oh, good, Debbie. I'm glad the set's on the way. I'm glad I could help you with some ideas. All right. Second card. So now we'll see who's going to win this one. Now, Marlene's not going to be able to win any more of these 3 cards, that is. So go ahead and get this started. Congratulations, Celia. I think I've got your address too. I think you won not too long ago. If you're not sure, if you don't think you've won before, then do so you're on YouTube. You can click that contact me link down the video description and give me your mailing address. But I'm pretty sure you've won before. All right. So what I do with the address is I do put them in a spreadsheet, so you don't have to keep giving me your address. But that's the only reason I use them. I don't use them for anything else, just for door prizes. Now, if you've ordered from me or if you're in my club, I've got your address that way also, of course. All right. So where did I put that? Oh, there's the deck card. So this one will be the one that will be drawn in next week's live, which will be our regular, the plan right now anyway, the 6:30 p.m. Eastern time next Tuesday, uh, April 7th will be the live. We'll be back on Tuesdays, unless, like I said, I'm gone longer than I think I'm going to be for that memorial service. Oh, Tina, I hope you have a great rest of your week too, and happy Easter. I can't believe Easter's this Sunday. We're hosting it. My mom and dad do Thanksgiving, Christmas every year, and I do Easter every year. So I've got a bunch of things to clean house and make the dinner. So I've got a lot to get done this week. So I hope you guys do have a blessed, happy Easter. Let me go to me now. And I will see you again, like I said, next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, our regular time, unless I tell you otherwise. So take care of yourselves. Happy Easter and see you later. Bye, guys.